Storm Team 12, I'm meteorologist Jake Dunn.
Don Bigger, American Legion Post 4. We're signing up teams and sponsors for our third annual golf tournament to be held on October 15th, Sand Creek Station in Newton, Kansas. This year we're playing for the Kansas Honor Flight. Sign up on our Facebook page, American Legion Post 4, or contact me at dbigger@cox.net. Thank you, and we're glad that Odyssey serves.
This is 97.5 and 1240 KFH, Wichita, K248CY, Wichita, KNSS HD2 Clearwater, and Odyssey Sports Station.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the moves with Westwood Lawn Sports. Accurate Sam Darnold darts are the near future in Seattle's NFL title defense. Last year, the passer ranked top 10 in multiple completion percentage categories. Given JSN's presence and a rigid O-line, give me the over. Darnold, 3,700.5 pass yards at -105. Hashtag Team Huevos. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46, and I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
The Vikings named Kyler Murray as their starting quarterback on Tuesday. The J.J. McCarthy experience has been a massive disappointment in Minnesota. We knew it was over this offseason when Justin Jefferson was going on podcasts and openly discussing the subpar quarterback play in 2025. Jefferson is the end-all, be-all in Minnesota. When he's not happy with you, something isn't going right, your days are numbered. Seems like he really likes Kyler Murray. I'm dead day.
Wichita's most listened to sports radio.
I scream along at the top of my lungs. It's a way to release my rage.
Yeah.
Chill, dude.
97.5 and 1240 KFH.
I love that now on KFH. I can listen to the Dan Patrick Show. He's very good.
Fuck him now.
Really? I mean, is that going to be a thing now?
You like it? Nice catching.
What are you looking at? Go.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde.
Aloha. Put your pants on. We're going to work.
No pants required here on Sports Daily. Don't know what that's all about. It's a Hawaiian shirt Wednesday from the waist up. You don't know what's going on from the waist down if you're watching the video stream of Sports Daily. That's the great mystery. As, boy, you never know what's going on waist down. Did you see our guy Chris Berman catching some strays all weekend? Man, that's rough. That's rough, Brady. We got Brady on the other side. If you haven't, you can search him on X. You'll see what everybody's giving Berman a hard time about. Boy, I know that's what's going to get me in trouble. This guy already got me in trouble. I got the old frog butt myself. Look it up. It's worth your time. Welcome into Sports Daily here. It is a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday, and we are glad to be with you on this Wednesday. However it is that you're taking us in to get you through the midweek, we're excited to have you on board with us on KFH. You can find us. You can call the phone lines. Max has those at 869-1240. You can also find us all over the video streams, of course, on 12 News Connected, as always. Glad to have you there on your CTV and streaming devices, also on the social channels, Facebook, YouTube, and X. Just search Sports Daily KFH. You'll find us there. You can leave comments that we can then take out over the air and over the streams and feeds. It's all right there for you. Glad to have you here with us on this video stream or this radio stream. And, of course, on the Odyssey app where you can listen anytime. And that'll be a great resource for you because here it really gets going. And probably week after next, we have such a great insider lineup for you that will just rock and roll through each and every day here on Sports Daily. So that'll be great. You can also email the show at sportsdaily@kfhradio.com as well. We have some fun coming up with you here today. We will get in Wyatt Thompson, who's going to check in from K-State camp. We had the first visit with Collin Klein since camp is officially underway, so we can get into that in just a little bit. We also have we've got Rashee Rice sound. I've sent that to Max. We'll play that for you. Now, that's the first time we've heard from Rashee Rice since being jailed. So we'll get you both of those things here on this Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. It's all what's on tap. Brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring trivia tonight and every Wednesday at WBC West at 7 o'clock. Prizes for first, second, and third place. At WBC West for trivia tonight at 7, WBC pizza and beer made here. Brady, I think we got your microphone fixed up there. How are you this morning?
Yeah, I think so. You got me now? Is that a little bit better? All right, that's that's good to hear. I was getting a little worried there for a second, but boy.
Welcome in.
Yeah.
Win. Now, I got to know, we've got Brady riding high. His first Sports Daily poll yesterday went exactly as expected. It's wonderful. We got that coming up later in the show as well. Headlines I missed. We are finding the Sports Daily fall groove, even as it's 180 degrees outside.
Oh man, it is something else out there this whole week. But it always happens, right? Like we had, what was it, 2 weekends ago, where we had our little false fall for like 2 days, and then here we go, right before school starts, back with the vengeance.
It ain't. I don't know what everybody's like, oh, when's it going to be fall? And I'm like, guys, it's August 12th.
Yeah.
We're nowhere near the brisk air. Like, it ain't coming anytime soon. What the hell's wrong with people? Like, we're not getting nice weather consistently. What, I mean, late September?
Hopefully.
In a best case scenario?
That is the best case, I think.
Like, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
We chase our kids. Their Saturday morning sports are all going to start up here pretty soon. And it is a hot sweatbox mess out there still for a while. Like, it doesn't change. Now, the question becomes, how long does the fall last? It's the best weather. We all know that. But sometimes it feels like it goes straight from summer to winter. And that's what I'm afraid of, Brady. That's what I fear.
Oh, you know that's coming. You know that's going to happen. Because that's the Kansas trend a lot of times. I think in total.
Can we get 2 months of, 60 to 70 degrees?
That'd be fantastic.
Is that so much to ask?
Sometimes apparently it is.
Well, all the time apparently it is. But we're having fun. I want to know, man, it's 100 degrees outside. I know the playing card budget's running up high. When's Brady expanding the Hawaiian collection? I thought by now you'd already have done it because it's once you go with that first one, then every time you see one, you're like, ooh, I like that. I might need to add that.
Well, here soon, if I ever had, it's time, right? That's a time. It's been nuts schedule wise for me the last few weeks, but hopefully there will be a window open. I do have to get all 4 wisdom teeth taken out on Thursday, so that'll put me down for a few days. So
I feel like I feel like you're too old for that, Brady.
I am. I feel like I'm too old for a lot of things anymore. But
what is taking so long on the wisdom teeth? I don't think those things just popped up recently.
Oh no, I've been warned about it for like past 2 or 3 yeit that there's an issue because one of them got a cavity in it, and that's what caused some issues. Like 2 weeks ago, there was an infection, pretty painful.
No,
it's been pretty bad actually, but the antibiotics have been kicking in, so the infection and pain's pretty much gone. But now I go under the knife for it.
I know what everybody's thinking. No, Brady has not been on pain medication on the show the last few days. That's not.
That would explain it.
That's not an excuse. That's
just me.
That's just Brady. Yeah, we'll have. I mean, we got. I believe we've got TJ in for a bit of the show Friday and Savage in for a bit of the show Friday as Brady goes through hopefully a very speedy and quick recovery procedure there.
That's what they say. That's what they're telling me. It should be pretty quick. They are going.
What are we going to do with the Sports Daily poll on Friday? Now, that's a question. Paul Savage is quite the collector. Maybe I'll have to remember, and that'll be right as he's coming in. We're going to have him. Boy, don't let me forget that. We'll have him bring in a couple of cards. Like he can pull something out of what I'm sure is a great collection. He was great friends with Joe Rocco of Rock's Dugout all those years. I know he's got something.
He should be in good shape then.
He could have some fun. I gotta remember to send him that note. That's on you and everybody else to help me remember that. But we will be rocking and rolling with that. That'll come up at 10:15 or 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we'll have headlines I missed. When we come back, let's take you to Chiefs camp. I think Max has the Rashee Rice sound ready. Max, you are forewarned now. You have it in your email. So let's get to Chiefs camp. We'll start with Rashee Rice because we haven't heard from him much anyway. We certainly, since he's, been in jail, rehabbing a knee, he's a really interesting player this week. Let's dig in there. The Vikings already named their starting quarterback. Boy, that can't be a good sign for J.J. McCarthy.
No, not at all.
Kyler Murray, we haven't even played a preseason game, and Kyler Murray's already been named the starter. So we'll have that for you as well here. We'll preview another NFL division. We are down to the West, which means we'll go NFC West today and then the big one tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Wyatt Thompson later in the show as well. It is Sports Daily on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
$869-1240.
Time to get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. It is Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, Brady Bowman here. It's Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Who's not ready for a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday? It's 105 degrees outside or whatever it is. Great day for a Hawaiian. Let it breathe. Get the wind blowing through the air. It's good stuff. Okay, so let's do this, Brady. Let's start with a little NFL this hour. Again, we'll go NFC West today, which means we've got AFC West tomorrow, and then that puts us through all the divisions, right? I believe that's right. We're not missing anybody. I think we've got them all in, and then next week we can go on in and take it into the playoffs and start doing some of that, having a little fun that way. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for it. We got you a little low there on your audio, Brady. Okay. Let's do this. Let's come in, Max, and let's take everybody to St. Joe for Chiefs camp. Let's get out there. Rashee Rice is what we're going to focus in on today. Now, keep in mind, Rashee Rice, who has played only 12 games in the last 2 years for the Chiefs, has been very effective when he's played. But injuries and off-the-field issues continue to plague his career. He went to jail this summer. He also had to rehab a knee injury. He was out there working yesterday, and I believe this was the first time he has answered questions about any of it. So let's take you to St. Joe. Here's Rashee Rice on Tuesday.
Rashee, what would you like people to know about you?
To know about me now? I'm 100% locked in on what's going on now with the team, ready to go out there and dominate, and that I got a good group of brotherhood behind me.
How do you look back on the summer that you
had? A learning experience, a reality check, and don't focus on the past, focus on what's going on now.
I just think you with everything that you've done mentally, how are you doing?
I'm doing good mentally. I got the right group of guys around me. Just good agents, good coaches, small circle on anybody else outside that's not part of the football team, just keeping my head straight and also keeping me in a positive attitude.
Within that circle, who do you lean on the most?
I mean, I had times where I could talk to my trainers, times where me and Pat are during the summer, just grinding in the facility, just me and him and the trainers. So it's always good to keep building that relationship on and off the field, and just kind of having somebody that will always back you, have support for them.
Just considering the rehab and the during the week, I guess how do you feel like the rehab process went?
I think it went good. I was in there early in the morning until it was time for me to go, as much as I could work, and just constantly doing that over and over. Just kind of basically believing in what they had dialed up for me to make sure my knee was strong and ready for the field.
How to make your kids forget about screens on Airbnb. Book on with a pool because you can't scroll with pruny fingers. Then book a snorkel.
I mean, it's motivating. Honestly, just being able to be back on the field with my brothers right now is motivating. So that's in the future right now. Right now, I'm just focused on what's going on right now, and that's getting better for the team. Honestly, I thought it was probably just a little bit of swelling. I didn't know it was something that needed to have surgery. So we kind of taught to just keep going until you can't anymore. And it was a perfect time for me to get it cleaned up so that it wouldn't affect me for this season. So I was ready to go regardless.
Most people only know you fans on them from headlines and stories. How do you explain who you are to people who only know you from headlines?
I would say I'm a positive guy. I'm a great person to feed off as far as energy. A smiling guy mostly at all times. Unless it's time for work, I'm serious. And then I'm a father, so I take most responsibility in being a good father to my boys.
Where do you want to improve the most this year? Where do you want to improve the most this year?
Where do I want to improve the most? Honestly, I would want to improve the most on certain plays that I know specifically aren't coming to me, just because it's a full concept and everybody's going to eat and everybody got to get the ball.
Can you tell what your rehab was like? How you did rehab the knee?
Yeah, I mean, I would stretch it, do some activation on it, and then hit the weight room, and then jog in the Ultra G, and just condition, getting the muscle fatigue going as well as my stamina.
You mentioned just your smiling nature on every week. We start to see it, but was it tough that month?
I've had surgery before. I would say the best part about it was being able to be in there with Pat, knowing that he had a more serious surgery and how hard he was working. It just kind of motivated me. And then he pulling up in the craziest cars every day, so he's just my motivation every morning.
What about the Yale time for that month?
Yeah, it was tough. It was mentally tough. They gave me ways to communicate with my teammates still, and as well as my athletic trainer. So, I mean, besides the hard times in there, I kept my mind right, watching shows, and as much Kevin Hart as I can to laugh. And then without that, just communicate with everybody on the outside.
Rashee, you said you learned a lesson from this. What is that lesson you're saying you learned?
Honestly, it's just a reality check and not taking anything for granted.
When it comes to part of the new coaching staff, what is jumped out to you most about Chad O'Shea, how he leads that room, and what the enemy is like on the field when you guys are practicing?
Yeah, real detailed on the things that aren't really things that are looked upon as far as like when you don't have the ball finishing to go block. We got a crazy running back K9, so there's no telling where the ball's going to end up at the end of the play. We got guys like Cyrus Allen and Taekwon that's going to win down the field, might just need one more block. So as far as being in the room with O'Shea, is details, and being on the field, it's just kind of hectic situations and staying calm at that moment.
Last couple, Matt and Steve. Go ahead, Matt. You really haven't had a chance yet where you've on the field, Xavier, Taekwon, and Cyrus all been available at the same time. What do you feel like that quartet can do together when you are healthy and you are playing together?
We're going to do some amazing things, not only because we're great receivers, but because we got a good coaching staff around us, as well as a good quarterback and a foundation in general.
You mentioned after years, I know you got a lot of young guys that look up to you, whether they're Pop Warner, all the way up to Rice and Top. What would your message be to those guys that make you come?
Find someone that you can lean on, find someone that you can talk to, and just basically don't be scared to vocalize yourself and say exactly what's on your mind, because somebody else is going through the same thing. So many people in the world to not go through the same thing.
All right, thanks, Rashee.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
Well,
it's interesting. I think, as people tried to get insight on the legal situation, it seemed to me like it was a lot of deflection to the physical situation with his knee. I don't know. It's going to be really hard to me for the Chiefs to justify Rice big picture after this year, but he's been really good, Brady, and a quiet year for him off the field with the production he's shown us and a healthy season on the field. He's going to get paid a bunch. And the one small thing in there really stood out to me when he's talking about the rehab and he's talking about everything else and, reality checks and all that. Talking about Patrick Mahomes in rehab, pulling up in a different car every day as being motivation. Like, he clearly wants to get paid. So, for the Chiefs this year, it's probably a good thing. I think his progress coming back from the knee injury, again, he had surgery, is probably good. We didn't get a lot of insight on the jail stuff there, which is, I'm sure he came in loaded and equipped not to answer any questions about that. But he's a key piece for them, and he's really dang good. And he hasn't played much. He's played 12 games the last 2 years. Suspensions, injuries, whatever it might be. Now, he's productive when he's out there. Like, that is the part that stays consistent with him. When he's out there, he's productive. But he hadn't been out there. He has probably 100 million reasons to stay out there and be on the field and available for them this year, whether it's the Chiefs, they give him any kind of long-term deal, or somebody else. But what was your main feel in hearing that from Rashee Rice?
Honestly, to me, it's kind of talk is cheap, I guess, as I say on the radio.
Sure.
But yeah, it's proven, right? He has to prove it. Anybody can say anything, but actions, cliche, actions speak louder than words. And we'll just have to see what he does this year. Hopefully all we're talking about is his play on the field.
That's all I'd love to talk about. And,
right.
And I think everybody feels the same way. Unfortunately, he has not shown. He keeps saying reality check, and maybe jail was enough of a reality check.
I would hope so.
Just sort of grow up, right?
Exactly.
Like, grow up and like we all must at some point understand the consequences of our actions and those kinds of things. I hope that that's there. I'm not sure that it is, but I hope that it is. And we'll just have to see, right? But on the field, you can't outside, if he's out there, man, he's productive. 8 games last year, he averaged about 7 catches a game in the 8 he was out there. About 70 yards a game. Like, he's pretty consistent. Just kind of steady Eddie. Mahomes knows to feed him the rock. Now, I don't know that the volume's going to be there this year, because I don't know that the Chiefs are going to operate their offense that way.
They
But
got
again,
K9.
They
got K9.
They got K9.
Heard
K9.
Was he referenced as K9 in Seattle too? Did he wear
I'm
number
sure
9
he
in
was,
Seattle?
because he was that number.
Yeah, I like that.
That's the first time I'd heard that too. I do like that. I like that. I think they're gonna, if everybody was healthy, there's a lot of mouths to feed. So I don't know if we count on him that same way. If Mahomes leans on him the way he has in the past, and we know he's going to lean on Kelsey to some degree, there's not a lot of opportunities for the other guys. So, it's a really strange wide receiver room, because if we know that he's out there and Worthy's healthy and Thornton's out there and Cyrus Allen is now healthy, we haven't heard anything about Jalen Royals, so I don't know what's going on with him. But it's a deep room there's a lot of mouths to feed. And I'm not saying any of this is it's a problem. So don't misunderstand. It's fine. It's a good problem. But it can go to what feels like a really deep, versatile, wide-ranging group. One injury, though, and it feels like it could kind of come crashing down real quick. So it'll be interesting. Can this guy get out there and play another full season? Follow his rookie season when he caught 80 balls, a little over 900 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he just hasn't been able to do it since. Injuries and his off the field stuff have kept him from being able to do it. He is as interesting a player as there is at Chiefs camp, and I don't really even know how to approach it. Has he learned his lesson? I don't know. He doesn't, I'll say this, he doesn't really talk about it very well. I don't know how you would, but he just, people give him this chance all the time to like get up there publicly and just really publicly regret the ways he has not been there for his team even you don't even have to, apologize for exactly what happened with the car wreck and everything else, which he's done. But even just I got to be there for my team. It's a very much, it feels like, I don't know. And I may be reading too much into this, but a little bit of like, it's just, I got to just keep this tight with my guys here and everybody's out to get me. And like accountability goes a long way.
Yeah, the victimhood stuff a little
even
bit.
If you don't even mean it, even if you don't mean it, like you still like growing up to me is saying it. Even if you don't mean it, learn how to say it, learn how to fake it, right? Like I don't get an overwhelming sense that he has fully grasped it all yet. And he's still young. 26 years old. That's about the time you better or get off the pot as an adult, in my opinion. Like that's the time where it's no more, you don't get young. Being young is no longer a crutch you're given about his age now. And again, he did a really bad thing. And then he did another irresponsible thing that put him in jail probably earlier than he would have liked. And that was a complicated legal situation. He may have been spending some jail time anyway, but he didn't get to pick, basically. Like, you got to grow up. And I just don't know if I'm getting the sense he's growing up yet. And I hope that he does, because he's a really good football player. Then it comes into a conversation we're going to have a lot of if he does have the success and stay on the field, Brady. Oh boy. Like, what are we doing with him moving forward? They didn't pay Tyreek Hill. They can pay Rashee Rice. Did you see the contracts given out this offseason to these wide receivers? They're
right,
nuts.
And that's where I feel like, and you kind of mentioned this a minute or two ago, like, it seems like that's kind of where his mind's still at, which again, that's where you kind of be like, I think you need to not worry about that and worry about, being on the straight and narrow. But the other thing with him that has always been true in the NFL, wide receivers just always seem to get just a little more leeway, and you just seem to deal with antics with wide receivers more than any other position in the NFL.
Yeah,
it feels like
it's a playmaker. It's a playmaker thing. Like, we put up with certain things in the NFL, and he is serving his time in a lot of ways, and has served for the incident that got him in trouble. So, like, I am. One of the things I love about Andy Reid and agree with him on is, second chances and like growing up and becoming a better person. Like, good Lord, if we're not doing that, what are we even doing? If we're not, as we age, if we're not trying to become better people, that's like the most important thing we can do. I hope that's what's happening. It's just hard. Like, I don't know. There's little stuff in there where you're like, man, it's not everybody against you. It's not like you screwed up real bad. It's you against you. And until you can see that it's you against you, this is going to be a hard thing for you to do. Like, nobody else had anything to do with the challenges that you've faced. You got hurt. You got in the car wreck. You went to jail based on decisions that you made. Like, that has nothing to do with anybody else. Nobody's out to get you.
Also, you're in a position where you're paid millions of dollars. Like, what are you complaining about? Like, I think that's just sort of that responsibility and realization of like where you are at in life. You are so much privileged, and so many
he
people.
is so fortunate that nobody died in his
Absolutely.
incident. Go ask Henry Ruggs about that.
Right.
Like he's so lucky that the stupid thing that he did, that nobody died. It was bad enough how badly people were injured. Like you cannot take he wasn't explicitly saying it was people versus he never said that, but it was like, and honestly, and I mean this, like, I'm sure defense mode and just, stick to these phrases and everything. I've just got to focus on this and reality check. There's a good chance that was just like him trying to get through that interview too. So as we hear it, it's like, okay, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, like, what kind of teammate are you? Are you truly remorseful for not being there for your team? Are you truly there to make this team better? We'll find out. Because
all eyes are on you.
If he plays, he's really good, and he's probably going to make this team a lot better this year. We'll see. And it's an interesting wide receiver room that we'll talk about long time. All right, when we come back, let's talk about this quarterback story in Minnesota. Boy, I'm fascinated by this one. Goodness gracious. Is J.J. McCarthy going the path of Sam Rosen here? Jeez. We'll come back and talk about it next.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-1 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
On KFH.
All right, welcome back in here to Sports Daily. Glad to be with you on this Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Man, Brady, Crestview's a great place to be right now. They got their sake and sushi night coming up. I'm so sad to miss that one. All those type events they have for the adults are always a blast. And they have their kids cave if you need to drop off the kids, which is always a lot of fun. Their kids programs are fantastic at Crestview. They've really ramped everything up the last few years and have gotten all that stuff rocking and rolling. And of course, if you're brave enough, you can get out there and play a little golf right now in this heat. Now
would probably be the time.
Right now. You need to be playing golf right now, and it's still very sweaty. But we're about to enter, in my opinion, the best golf season of the year, which is the fall. I'll have a new baby on the way. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get out. There's going to be a stretch, though, before where I feel like I'm going to have to go play every day. Get it all out of my system, because then it's going to be a while. Give Crestview a call. 36 holes of golf to choose from. Take a tour. Check out all the facilities. It should be fun. It should be a lot of fun as we ramp down the summer. School starts this week for most kids around the area, Brady. Didn't it seem early to you? Back in my day, when we started school, it was like Labor Day. Labor Day was when school started.
Yeah. Yeah, usually right after Labor Day. Because it made Labor Day feel like kind of more of a big, truly last celebration of summer. And now, right away, they're back at it.
Right back at it.
Get ready, kiddos.
Get out there.
Study hard.
Yeah, I'm excited for them. Ours are still young enough where they kind of get excited to go back to school. They like it, and I like it too. It's an exciting time. That routine is good. Everything's going good.
Well, here in I was thinking about this last week here in Winfield, and of course, I'm sure it goes without saying, our hearts and minds with Winfield community now with everything that went on, and that's where I'm based at. That's where I'm talking to you from. Really tough day yesterday, but back there in the Cali County Fair, I was able to get in a couple days here and there of the fair in Winfield. And I was actually thinking during it, I remember as a kid growing up that it was always this kind of thing to where fair time always meant, when the fair's over, it was always bittersweet. That last night was so bittersweet because it's that means school's coming up.
Yeah.
And now I look back on that and I'm thinking I wish that's all I had to worry about. You get older and then real life happens and it's you know what? I would totally go back to that and just being school's around the corner. I'd look forward to it. I'd have a totally different perspective going back now. than then, because life just gets more complicated, kiddos. So enjoy your school time because it goes by very, very fast.
Yeah, I always tell my kids, I'm like, you guys have no idea. I know that feels like a long time now. It won't soon. You're
right.
Like that's one of the most brutal growing up things that everybody always told you is how fast it goes. Like once, oh my goodness gracious. Like there are Facebook memories, man, slaps you in the face with it fast. Like you're just like, there is no way that was that long ago, but it happens. There's no way that hell, Sports Daily, Brady. Like I've been in and out of this show in different capacities for 12 years.
But it doesn't feel like that to you, does it?
No, absolutely
right?
not. That's just like you go back and like I still remember with Bruce coming in that first time when Bruce needed somebody and I just moved to the market. And thank goodness and thanks to Tony for the chance at that point. I just moved in, but I had done radio before moving here, daily radio in my last place. And so I was like, yeah, I'm happy to hop in. And Brent Chemnitz came on and joined me. And we had some fun. And that's when, you know, I've said this a million times, but it's always how I like set the timer and like, what was going on then? I came on because I'd come in, you know, no allegiances to anything. And I was like, you know, I kind of think, and this would have been the summertime, about this time. It's like, I kind of think Wichita State might be just as good as KU. And Brady, you would have thought I said the earth was flat.
Oh, especially back then. Yeah.
That was Omaha year. That was when they played.
Right.
They beat them. I was vindicated in that. Now, that was just a neutral observer seeing Wichita State come off their undefeated season and all those things. I'm like, they returned everybody just about. I mean, they did lose Clay Anthony early, but it's like they're going to be really good, guys. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. But here we go. So, yeah, enjoy it while you got it. All right. You know who's not enjoying life in the NFL right now, Brady? Well, two people not enjoyed the Royals who lost in extra innings last night. I meant to mention that.
Mm.
If we get time later, we can talk about that. But JJ McCarthy.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I thought Kyler Murray was going to win the job. Don't get me wrong. I thought Kyler Murray would be the starter for them to start the year.
Yep, same.
I think it was a foregone conclusion, though. Like, there wasn't much, the way I understand it, there wasn't a ton of risk in that contract or obligation for the Vikings. I think, you know, because everybody immediately was like, oh, he's coming in, he's going to be the starter. And I'm like, he probably will be the starter. And I thought he was going to be the starter too. But there's also some built in, like, well, what if McCarthy explodes out of the gates here? Man, we haven't even played a preseason game yet, and Kyler Murray's already been named the starter. I would have never guessed that J.J. McCarthy would be in that camp of just guys that do. He is only, over his career, played 10 games. Really, I think it's about 9. I think he got some snaps in. Now, they have not been good. They've been actually very, very poor. But are we going to see him again? Like, are we already ready to, like, start looking at J.J. McCarthy? Like, where's his Sam Darnold path in this league? Like, he has been given almost no chance to be successful in the NFL. He had the injury after he was drafted, and then he comes in, plays about 10 games last year, looks pretty bad, more interceptions than touchdowns. But we've seen young quarterbacks struggle like that, which is why it's even more frightening, I think, that they're already seemingly willing to kind of pull the plug on this deal. They've named Kyler Murray the starter now, and it's not like Murray has been blowing the world away lately. I'm intrigued by him in that offense, but my goodness, this has not gone well for the young Michigan quarterback.
He had like his first game last year, which was week 1 at Chicago. I think that was, it was a Monday night game. And he looked okay, actually. I mean, he had a 98.5 rating, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Let's see, 65% completion percentage. He had some heroics there in that close 27-24 win. But then after that, I mean, you really got let's see, at Detroit wasn't too bad. Against Washington wasn't too bad. Dallas wasn't too bad, but everybody had good games against Dallas last year.
Yeah, that was
so we talked about their defense. But yeah, after that, I mean, it was incredibly inconsistent. And then it just kind of turned into very quickly, it was questioned. And I think when a quarterback loses that confidence and you can tell that the fan base and organization had a quick loss of confidence, well, it just seemed like it just snowballed from there. And then it became a mental thing too. And yeah, I don't know. Now, like you said, right away, not even preseason game number 1, and you're not even battling for the number 1 spot. It feels like that's going to be tough. That's going to be tough for him to overcome. Because I don't know what he can do to get himself back in that contention.
And I actually thought he was going to be pretty good in the NFL. I thought he was in the best situation to succeed as a rookie. Now, he got hurt, so we didn't get to see it. But he was in a great situation to succeed as a rookie. I mentioned Sam Darnold, not because of the correlation in that, Sam Darnold was kind of booted out of Minnesota and then went to win a Super Bowl because they drafted J.J. McCarthy. But just that, like, we see young quarterbacks in this league get the plugs pulled on them very quickly. CBS Sports did an article yesterday, or maybe it was this morning, but one I saw before the show where they kind of lumped him in with some other names like this, kind of first-round guys that didn't get a long leash, and I'm going to list the ones they say fit the mold of a similar situation. Josh Rosen, Dwayne Haskins, Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, Kenny Pickett, Trey Lance, and Paxton Lynch. For most of those guys, it has not gone well. Sam Darnold and Mac Jones, the only two that have really kind of come back and been really effective. Justin Fields has probably been given the most opportunities of the remainder there. But it's a long hill to climb here, for a steep hill to climb, I should say, for J.J. McCarthy. Because I do think there's a pretty good chance Kyler Murray finds some success in Minnesota. He's got a coach that's a bit of a quarterback whisperer. Another negative for J.J. McCarthy if they can't, if Kevin O'Connell can't get anything out of him. With the history he's had of kind of rehabilitating quarterbacks, like Murray could be a great fit. Murray could be highly effective. Murray can make this offense significantly better if we get back to a good version of Kyler Murray.
Oh, good Kyler Murray is very good.
Is J.J. McCarthy's path then to go be a backup somewhere and hope for an opportunity, like we saw with Sam Darnold, like we've seen at times with Mac Jones? Now, Mac Jones hasn't had a chance to like parlay his into a Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold situation. A Baker Mayfield had early success, of course, but it is quick, man. 10 starts. I keep thinking of Josh Rosen is who it always reminds me of with the Kyler Murray correlation. Like, that's where I keep thinking about it. Like, that is not a lot of time. Not a lot of time. Rick says, I hope Brady can get Jacob off of this McCarthy train. He was average in college, a game manager, and has been bad under a quarterback whispering coach. I don't know what McCarthy train I'm on. If you're referring back to pre-draft when I said I really like J.J. McCarthy's opportunity here and chances to be successful in that offense, I'm not still on that train, Rick. I watched him play football last year. He was not good. I'm just saying I'm surprised the leash was this short, but the leash is probably that short for O'Connell. And Kyler Murray maybe is wowing people. But they invested a hefty price into McCarthy. Most teams won't be done with that fast. And I really would like to know if his time in Minnesota is seemingly done or not.
And I think we'll still kind of find out, because one thing, if there's still any J.J. McCarthy stands out there, well, Kyler Murray has had issues staying healthy the last couple of years. So there still may be an opportunity for McCarthy to get in some game time.
Are there any J.J. McCarthy stands out there anymore, do you think?
I mean, not that I'm aware of, but if they are out there, if you are just like hoping that he gets another shot, there could be another shot this year.
Now, I will tell you, like, I'm not ready to like say his career should be done and all of those things. But it looked really bad. Like, let's be honest here. It looked really, really bad when his chance was there. So, anyway, that's the news. They didn't even take the preseason to figure out who was going to be the starter in Minnesota. It took a couple of weeks of training. That also can't be a good sign. Or maybe it's a really good sign for Kyler Murray. Maybe that's what it is, Brady. All right, when we come back, headlines I missed. We're going to preview the NFC West today. Wyatt Thompson's going to join us next hour, take us inside K-State camp as we hear from Collin Klein for the first time yesterday. It's all coming up. 1 hour in the books of Sports Daily on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. See you on the other side.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Nice catching. What are you looking at? Go.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH. This is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hyde. Aloha.
Hello, gentlemen. How nice of you to arrive.
Happy Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday, everybody, on Sports Daily. Another hour coming at you live here, 8 to 11. The new time slot for Sports Daily, a now live third hour to make it easier for you to interact with us each and every day. 9-12-40, the number to call. You can hit us on our social streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, with your comments there. You can leave us voice messages on the Odyssey app. You can email us at sportsdaily@kfhradio.com. Thanks also for watching on 12 News Connected. Jacob Albrecht here, Brady Bowman there. Max Power in the seat, taking your calls and keeping us rocking and rolling here. We're going to have headlines I missed this hour. Also, Wyatt Thompson pops by to catch us up on everything happening in Manhattan, voice of the Wildcats. Looking forward to his weekly visits again here soon. This is kind of an unscheduled visit a little bit for Wyatt Thompson, so he'll stop in, and excited to have him. And then we're going to have our Sports Daily poll with Brady coming up in the third hour. We're previewing the NFC West and having a lot of fun today. Breaking news here. Headlines we missed. I'll bet you, Brady. The Lakers apparently just sold for $12 billion. That's probably not anything we need to get into. It just flashed on the screen at me. $12 billion. Get you an NBA franchise these days. Good Lord.
I got beat out, Jacob, on the bidding there.
Yeah. Just missed it. My $12 bid was overtaken. Yeah. Everything we're talking about is What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring trivia tonight and every Wednesday at WBC West, 7 o'clock. Prizes for first, second, and third place at WBC West for trivia tonight at 7. WBC pizza and beer made here. All right. Glad to have everybody in. It's everybody's favorite segment. Let's go with some headlines we missed.
All right, Sports Daily fans. Let's take you to the sports headlines Jacob probably didn't see.
All right, Jacob, a judge backs Little League Baseball decision to remove Tulsa.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Little League World Series or Little League Baseball. I guess there was an issue with a player who was submitted with the wrong birth year through a sibling's birth year.
Danny Almonte situation happening here?
What it sounds like, yeah. So that decision just made just a little bit. Obviously, they're protesting.
So they have a player who's too old, and you're telling me, the team saying, "Oops, we accidentally put the birth year for his brother or sister."
Right. Yeah, it happens all the time.
Or never happens. Not on accident.
No, didn't that happen in the Caribbean years ago? There was some pitcher that was 20.
Danny Almonte. Yeah. He was American though. He wasn't international. He was American. It's okay. You put the wrong thing down. I get it. You mix up your kids, years and stuff. That happens. But everybody there knows that kid's not actually the same age as everybody else. Right? I don't understand how that can be an accident.
Oh, completely. These sort of things.
So now they're out. They got kicked out.
They are, removed.
Come on, Oklahoma.
Tulsa not gonna. Their season's done.
You're better than that. You're better than that, Oklahoma.
Back to, which one are we going to go with here? Let's go back to the National Football League. Steelers, go love this one, Jacob. Steelers quarterback Aaron Rodgers sees no advantage to playing in the preseason. Quote, it's not real football, end quote. In their preseason games against the Packers.
Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? They play the Packers this week? Hardy and Rodgers?
Yeah.
Oh. You got to stand there at least and wave, don't you? Where is the game?
Playing Thursday against the Packers. It sounds like it's going to be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's not as cool.
Yeah.
That's not that big a deal.
And this one's, go ahead, Jacob.
Brady, is the preseason worthless? We talk about this a lot. I wish it was shorter. I wish the preseason, I would be totally fine with an 18-game schedule with 2 bye weeks, and I'd be fine with 1 preseason game. But even if you can cut it down to 2, I don't like. I think the preseason sucks, to be perfectly honest with you. I'm not that far off of old man Rodgers here. It's not real football. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't serve a purpose. It does. I think now, though, that they do like joint practices and they do some of that kind of stuff. Don't you think that's probably just as good? And we all know why the preseason exists, because they sell
money.
Yep. And unless something's changed, they sell it as part of like season ticket packages. You have to buy preseason games and those kinds of things. I'm glad they're there for television partners. I'm glad that, they're there for radio partners and those kinds of things. But I'm kind of with Rodgers on that. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I'd be happier without it, I think.
And here's one just for you, Jacob, as you're talking about their baby on the way. A dad unofficially breaks the world record for running a mile with a stroller. A former college track star unofficially broke a world record when he ran a mile. And here we go, Jacob. Write this number down so you know what you got to try and beat here. 4 minutes and 17 seconds while pushing his daughter in a stroller.
All right, tough guy.
4:17.
What are you showing off here? Trying to make me look bad? I was hoping you were going to throw something out in like the 6s.
Nope.
I don't know what
is booking it.
I'm trying to remember my best mile time. I had to run long distance in like middle school track. Oh man, it was probably, I think it was probably in the 7s was my best. I don't know what it would be now. God, it would be, I hate running, Brady. I hate running. I love running if it is a part of another activity, right?
Sure.
Like if I'm playing another sport, if we're goofing around, like then I like to run. I like to move quick. But if you're just running to run, I don't get it with you people. Like, what are you running for? Where are you going?
See, a few years ago, and actually still, I try to get
Don't
to
tell
the
me you're
gym.
training for a marathon. Like, don't tell me
No,
that.
but I did some 5Ks in the last few years. Like my late 30s.
Nobody needs your stickers. Nobody needs what's that sticker that's on the back of cars? Marathon runners.
No, I'm not a marathon runner.
Nobody's
No, I'm not doing
impressed. We don't need to see all that. I
that.
get
5K
it.
is enough.
You like to run a long time for no reason. You're not even going anywhere. You're running in circles. Fine. I'm a sprinter in a long distance body. That's what I am, Brady. How about that?
I think in the last couple of years, my best mile that I've done was like, I was right under 8, maybe like 7:49. I've done a 7:49 or something like that. But yeah, I never really enjoy it. I just do it just for the exercise and try and stay fit for TV, Jacob. You know how it is.
I know how it is. I need the exercise. That there is no doubt about that. I hope that someday we find out that like a brisk walk is just as good for the heart. Because
right?
I just can't motivate myself to run for no reason. Put me in some kind of activity, I'm all about it. I want to win. I want to be fast, all those things. But again, sprinter in a long distance body over here. I was like, oh, I bet you're a good runner. So I'm, just kind of naturally thin. I'm like, nope, sure not. I have no interest in that. Definitely don't want to do that. Nope, absolutely. No, thank you. No, thank you.
So you're not going to try and beat this 417?
No, I'm not. But okay. I think I've talked my wife out of it now. I can't remember. But they have those jogging strollers, and we had those. We had a 1-seater, and then we had a 2-seater, and I don't think we're getting another one. I don't remember. But yeah, they're nice. They are kind of cool to have. Now, my wife she'll do all that stuff. We've got a trailer for a bike I can barely ride. Like it's got like a little trailer that you can pull behind you for the baby to just sit in.
Perfect.
I've probably never told you this. I am not a great bike rider. I can ride a bike, but I would be pretty nervous, like, in traffic. Don't really trust myself.
What about everybody else in that situation too?
Roller skate. You grow up in the country without pavement, with nowhere like to go. Like,
yeah,
I had a go-kart. We had a 4-wheeler. We had horses. I'm not riding a bike. I didn't have anywhere to ride it. So I can ride straight though. I can keep myself up. I can do it. My kids know how to ride their bikes. We're making it.
That's a
we
start.
have one of those trailers. Pushing a stroller. It's good exercise. Pushing a stroller, like those babies start to get big and you're pushing them on like the walk that I like to take around the neighborhood. That'll get you a little bit. That'll get the heart pumping.
Uphill? Yeah, notice that uphill a little bit more.
Brady, I'm going to be real old with a baby. I'm just going to tell you. It'll be a totally different experience than the others that we've had. Big age gap. See how it goes. It'll be all right.
I believe in you, Jacob.
We'll get there, but no, I won't be running a mile. That I can assure you. I can assure you of that. Wyatt Thompson, when we return, let's check in on KState.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW. KFH.
And now, digging deeper with the teams you follow, it's another Sports Daily Insider interview on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody. Glad to be here with you. Glad to be joined by Wyatt Thompson for the first time in a while. A little summer break. We gave Wyatt relief from our shenanigans for a little while, and I hope that's treated you well here, Wyatt. Now, your visits aren't normally on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays here on Sports Daily, we wear Hawaiian shirts. I should have told you that. That's my fault. I know you've got a closet full. I can tell that you why are you a guy that enjoys a good Hawaiian shirt from time to time?
I think I have owned 2 Hawaiian shirts in my lifetime, and that's it.
Oh,
but you know what? The reality of it is when I worked at Colorado State years ago, we went out there so often. I feel like I should own 20 or 25, right?
Well, you should.
I mean, there were times when we'd go out there for both football and basketball. I love going, but yeah, I'm a little short. I don't know that I could do every Wednesday like you guys and maybe look a little different each time. I don't think
Brady just wears the same one every week.
Yeah, I just got this one. I got it just for this show.
I have a closet full. I've got lots of options. TJ never would participate because he was a big old baby. But here we go. Wyatt, we're rocking and rolling 3 hours, a new format. You'll join us on Mondays here regularly, starting in a couple of weeks. But we got camp going, and we thought we needed to check in because we don't get a lot. It's the Bill Snyder days are back. We don't get a lot of insight right now to K-State camp. It's kind of strange. How's that felt? Has it felt like a blast from the past to you?
Without a doubt. Collin Klein did meet with the media yesterday, as I'm sure you are aware, at about 3:30. And that's really the first time that anything had been done. It's my understanding after practice on Friday, they'll have, I'm going to say 2 to 4 players to visit with the media, but we have not really heard from the coordinators and just one time from Collin. So yeah, it's hard to look at Collin Klein for me because I've known him for so long and watch what he's doing and not think first and foremost, most of the time, Coach Snyder. He does a lot of things very similarly, but there are some subtle differences too. But it's been really fun to watch, and I think it's early, but we've had a good camp, I think, so far.
Wyatt, when you talk about some of those subtle differences, what are some of those subtle differences that you've noticed?
Well, I think I would say that, Coach Snyder was very, very much a guy that loved to play physical football. That would be what Collin would like to do, but a little different. And that subtle difference there might be doing it at a little quicker pace. I don't know if they'll do it all the time. I don't know that anybody has figured that out yet. But when I watch practice, and I've only missed the one, I had a funeral on Saturday and was unable to attend. But yeah, that would be one. And I think probably the others is just not even sure how to say this. Since Coach Snyder has coached, there's a lot of different. I guess when they're in their stations and doing drills, there's a lot more differences there than there once was. They were, I hate to say basic, that's the wrong word, but there's just more to it now than there was then. So you certainly notice that too.
I want to ask you the obvious one and then maybe the not obvious ones, Wyatt.
Okay.
It's like it is impossible to think about anything with K-State this year without Avery Johnson.
Right.
And without Avery Johnson reaching the level we all expected, perhaps, when he was recruited by Collin Klein to K-State. He's back. He chose to come back. Probably didn't have to do that if I had to guess. Klein's back there, though, and that's the most obvious thing at camp is what does Avery Johnson look like, right? And then I know there's a billion other non-obvious things that are also going to have a huge impact on the team, but how do you talk Cats this year without starting with Avery Johnson?
You do start with Avery, and I think you hit it on the head. It goes back to the recruitment, and I think I don't want to take anything away from anybody at all, but I think one of the biggest factors in Avery making the decision was how he clicked with Collin Klein in the recruiting process. That relationship has never really gone away. It just was for a couple of years, just, hey, how's it going kind of thing. They've spent a lot of time together. Collin even mentioned during his presser yesterday, he's been so impressed with how Avery has cut in and trying to be, a better football player, better leader. They're going to ask him to do more this year. I don't think there's any question about that. Collin hasn't been asked a lot of questions, but when he has been asked about Avery Johnson, he basically has said, and this is paraphrasing a little bit, it's pretty close, we're going to cut it loose and see what happens. And I think they're going to be aggressive in the way they play. He talks about playing with physicality, and he said, we're not just going to play there, we're going to live there. So they want to do that. And as we talked about earlier, though, still maybe at times they could go pretty rapidly. I think if you called this group offensively multiple, I think that would be okay, because I think you're going to see times when there are 4 or 5 wides. You're going to see times when they're in 3 tight end sets. And I told a guy yesterday, if you have Lincoln Cure, Will Ancio, Garrett Oakley, and then the 4 and 5 guys are Arlie Morrell from Pratt and Lawson McGraw, you're probably going to use a lot of tight ends, right?
Yeah.
We have 3 really good running backs. So I think there's more weapons than there was a year ago, even though we're minus Jace Brown and Dylan Edwards, who, when healthy, were pretty good, obviously.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned the running backs, Wyatt, because that's kind of where I was going to go with this question. How much do you feel that Joe Jackson is kind of flying under the radar a little bit, because he had some really great games and flashes last year?
I love the question, because I think the obvious answer is if you're in Wildcat land, you're hearing a lot about Joe Jackson. If you're not, I don't know that you know as much or have maybe the respect you should for what he did. As you said, towards the end of last year, he had that monster game at Utah, you might remember, broke Darren Sproles' record. Hey, let me just tell you something now. If you're a college football player and you're being talked about in any way in the same breath with Darren Sproles, I'm going to guess you're probably a pretty good football player. And I love this kid. I flew down and back with him to Dallas, the Big 12 Media Days. He just works so hard. He's such a team guy. And you know what? he has, with open arms, welcomed those other two guys, Rodney Fields from Oklahoma State and Jay Harris, the Oregon transfer. And that's what you want. Collin said yesterday, we want always good competition. And there is there. Those three guys are all going to play.
So that's going to be helpful. I love the tight ends. I'm with you, Wyatt.
Yeah.
We don't know a lot about the receivers, but honestly, none of it matters if the offensive line's not any good. And we saw that probably more a couple of years ago. You're going to have to enlighten us. Like, what is this a group that is expected to be good, very good? We don't know yet. What is the expectation with that group?
I think I would say today, and ask me again, when we get on again, because I think there's still a lot of things cooking there. I would like to tell you right now, I think they have about 6 guys that they feel like they can rely on, but would like to have 7 or 8. Those first 5 guys, I think when they are healthy, and they have not always been dating back to last spring. Remember, Tanner Morley, the transfer from Colorado State, was coming off a surgery in the offseason, right? And so there's one. But those first 5 guys, which would be, just looking at my list here real quick, you'd be looking at Gus Hawkins and John Pastore, Tanner Morley, Keaton Jones. Those guys are really good football players. Did I name everybody? I may have missed one, but I love Keaton Jones, the Mizzou transfer. Kind of came down to Missouri and K-State. He's now here, has a lot of football to play. He's really big and strong. Dylan Villarreal was the guy I didn't mention, and I love Dylan. He's from Cumming, Georgia, really good football player. But there are others, coming on too, and I hope that is the case. I think if that group, to answer your question, is solid out of the gate and can get better as they go, then you could have a pretty good offense. But hey, that's a big F, and that's the if that when you talk about Kansas State football offensively, that's where they start, the offensive line. Can they be good enough there? 100% true.
Wyatt, it was reported by Kellis with the Eagle back in end of May that Chris Kleiman in a advisory role for K-State, at least for the rest of this calendar year. How's that been working out? How much has he been involved? I know him and Collin Klein have a good relationship. I'm sure they talk, and I'm sure they beat off each other. What's that type dynamic been this year?
I saw him at practice on Monday. Talked to him really for quite a while. He's been in and out, but I think is always available to not only Collin Klein, but to Gene Taylor. And I think, excuse me, that's kind of what you're referencing there. I think he's going to be a sounding board for both of those guys. I think Gene is excited about that from the standpoint of he serves on a couple of committees trying to get, this college football thing straightened out a little bit. And there's a lot of people in that corner, right? And I think what I would tell you is that because of how well connected Chris Kleiman is with not only the FBS, but the FCS coaches, he's got a lot of skin in the game, right? And with Collin, you'll remember this. I don't want to make this all about giving Chris the credit for a lot of things, but you have to credit him some. He's the one that called Collin and told him, "Hey, I'm stepping aside. Get in and get in now." Right? I don't think that's a real secret to anybody. So in large part, I think Collin is here today because of Chris, and he's going to help when needed. Now he's been doing some traveling too. He told me that he's going to go on a little trip here where and this is part of what he's doing too, is just kind of being still involved and working around. But I think he said he was going to Northwestern, Illinois, Iowa, and Northern Iowa's camps here in the next few days, just to kind of check in and, get a feel for, around the country. Now he's familiar with all of those. I admit that, but I think he will have a hand in a lot of things. But I think there are a lot of other guys with K-State football that are helping too, that probably don't get the same headlines because they weren't the head coach previously. But as an example, Tim DeRuiter and Joe Bob Clemens, I am really thrilled that those guys are part of this program. They will help Collin in year number 1. I don't think there's any doubt about that.
So Wyatt, he's there. We're glad I think all K-State fans ought to be glad he's there. Why not? right?
Yeah.
They have a good relationship. Wyatt Thompson, voice of the Wildcats, joining us. That's where I'm a little curious too. All the talk about Collin Klein's offensive prowess. He's a great recruiter. He does all these things. He was a wonderkind as a quarterback and seemingly as an offensive coordinator. What about defense? I mean, I'd be asking a few questions of Chris Kleiman on that side of the ball for sure. That's another kind of real curious spot to me this year. If it's Bill Snyder-esque, they're going to need to play good defense. And are they going to be a good defense? Are we expecting that? I know the pass rush took a step back. K-State's kind of been anchored by great pass rushers for a while, but not last year as far as sacks go. Is that back in the arsenal? What is the expectation on that side of the ball this year?
I think they're hopeful that that is the case, and it's a really good point. I guess I would start with the obvious guy, Jordan Peterson, the new defensive coordinator. I think I was probably put at ease a little bit in visiting with Collin about him, in that he's been around a little bit. He's been, at Kansas for a period of time, along with Texas A&M. Collin mentioned the fact that he's really worked with some awfully talented people, as has Collin, when you think about it, with Snyder and Kleiman here and Mike Elko. That's how this works, right? You get trained up and then you go and do your thing. And so I think Jordan's ready to be a full-time guy. He's a guy that's going to be ultra aggressive, I think. Really, I think a player's coach. It's interesting when you look at everything that K-State defensively is now. You mentioned the pass rush. They have exceptionally high hopes, and rightfully so, for Wendell Gregory, who was the freshman of the year defensively in the Big 12 last year. He's got twitch, he's quick, he's strong. But they also, in all honesty, they need guys like Jaden Bryant and Elijah Hill and some of those kind of guys to come through. Jordan Allen. Jordan was the topic of the presser yesterday, along with Travis Bates, in the fact that they can play inside and out. So I think they have some strengths there. But that, too, is going to be, I think, a real key, that defensive front, because I think they feel good about, for sure, at least 4 linebackers and maybe 5. And then you get into the secondary. I think they've got, pretty good depth at corner. Safety looks pretty good now, where it was more of a question in the spring. But now that through the spring and into camp, we've seen Adrian Maddox and Josan Prevard and Michael Graham and Caleb Patterson. All of those guys are going to be, I think, guys that'll help us. So we'll see how it plays. But until you start playing games and winning games, we hope, those questions with the defensive front and the offensive line will persist for a while, I'm sure.
Well, I know we've talked about this before with several folks, but really I just kind of want to hear your reaction when I say this to you. This time last year, it's August 12th right now. This time last year, K-State was 11 days away from their opening game in Dublin, week 0. 11 days away from the first game this time last year. How relieved are you, everybody else, that you're not going through that this time around?
Well, I don't know if relieved is the right word, but I totally respect and understand it. Maybe it is. That was not the easiest thing in the world, and it's a long trip. I think every K-Stater that went, whether you were like me and part of the program or whether you were just a fan that went, we all had a great time. But here's the problem. You went there for one purpose, and that was to win the game, and you didn't. Yeah. And that led to getting behind the 8 ball. That led to a team that lost a lot of close games and a 6-6 season, right? Nobody will debate that. That's reality. So what happens now? And back to the Snyder stuff. If you look at this schedule, Nichols, Washington State, Tulane, that looks pretty Snyderish like, don't you think? Then you go to Cincinnati, which will be a huge game to start conference play. I guess the point is that I'm glad that we're not starting quite that early. It seems odd that you go from that start to all the way back to September 5th. It's kind of like I was talking to a guy yesterday about playing an exhibition game on the 23rd of October in basketball. What are we doing? You realize how close that is?
Yeah, it's not this year, and the schedule's great, and we're going to talk about that the next time we talk to you, Wyatt.
Oh yeah.
We got maybe 15 seconds. I'm going to ask you this: yes or no?
Okay.
Will the Protect College Sports Act pass if it goes to a vote in September?
Yes, I believe it will.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to dig into that the next time we talk,
100%.
because
Yes.
it has been fascinating. Wyatt, we'll do it again soon. Maybe we'll get one more before the weekly visits start. Appreciate it. Enjoy camp. Enjoy the new energy, the new buzz. We'll talk again soon.
You got it, guys. Great being on with you. Appreciate you.
There goes Wyatt Thompson. We're coming right back on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
The canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
310-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas fan headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
this thing. Go!
Sports Daily is on KFH.
Welcome back in here, everybody, to Sports Daily. Glad to be with you on a Wednesday. That music means it's a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a part of the program. They had a Hawaiian night out at the pool earlier this summer. Appreciate a good Hawaiian. I'm a man younger than my years, Brady, even at my advanced age. Because you get a couple of those retirees out there. Any chance, any excuse to wear a Hawaiian. Thanks to Crestview.
Were you drinking something out of a coconut?
It was a, what are they called? Mai Tai?
Mai Tai? Yeah.
I believe that's what they're called. Which I learned in Hawaii needs to be stirred before drinking, or it's not very good.
Oh, really?
Everyone was like, oh, you got to have Mai Tai. So I had like 2 of them. I'm like, these are gross. And then finally I saw somebody stir it up, and then I did. And I was like, oh, okay, that's actually pretty good. I'm not a big rum guy, though. So that's not really my favorite. I mean, for a sweet drink, I don't drink anything sweet. They're pretty tasty, though, like as far as those kinds of things go. But it took me a minute. Thanks to Crestview Country Club for being a great supporter of the program. Those kinds of events all the time out there, trying to, find things to do when it's this hot outside. Go inside there. Great bar, great restaurant, great activities for the kids, for the whole family. If it's this hot, what we haven't mentioned in a while? They've got 2 state-of-the-art simulators in there at Crestview as well. Use those a lot in the wintertime. Might be pretty handy this time of the year as well, when it's very, very hot outside. Thanks to Crestview Country Club. Give them a call. Go take a tour of the facilities today. We come back into Sports Daily. Maybe react a little bit to some of the stuff Wyatt was talking about there, Brady. Now, you are, off the air, a K-State fan. We see the pennant behind you. You grew up, I think, a K-State fan, right? You've been a K-State fan most of your life.
Yep.
You're an alum.
Yep.
I'm curious to catch the vibe. Now, we had some really interesting conversations before you became a part of this show. The water cooler talk at the 12 News office about how things were going at K-State. I think a large portion of the K-State fan base, quite frankly, is out of their minds for the way they were reacting to Chris Kleiman and the job he did there. Now there were a couple of weird moments last year. So, that kind of spiraled on everybody. But just as far as the level of success for Chris Kleiman at K-State, to me, unquestionably successful. I almost want to call it wildly successful when you consider a Big 12 championship, when you consider, 8 wins at least 8 wins in all but 2 seasons there. So in 7 seasons, he won 8 games 6 times at K-State, including a Big 12 championship. I think it was wildly successful, and I hope that Collin Klein can find that level of success.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, imagine our friends in the conference in Lawrence, if they had a football coach with that track record, there'd be a statue.
I'm telling you.
I mean, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, looking back, I mean, I feel some personal shame for how fired up I got, and I got kind of caught up into the criticism, the over-the-top criticism of Coach Kleiman. Because, yeah, when you step back and you look at that body of work, and then you just understand just everything that went wrong and went off the rails. I mean, it was just a season where the wheels fell off. I mean, right away, right out of the gate. So I think that's the thing. And if I remember right, didn't K-State go into last season and in the rankings like top 15, top 17, something like that going into that game against Iowa State?
And look, the 8th place and followed by a 7th place finish in the Big 12.
Yeah.
That's not good, right? But those 2 years followed a 1st and a 4th place finish in the Big 12. 5th or better in the league 4 times in 7 years to me is pretty good in the Big 12. The Big 12 is wide open.
And a lot of the frustration last year was with Avery Johnson too, because he was clear, and we talked about that. Like I loved hearing Wyatt say that the idea and plan is just to, let it loose. Avery, play your game, and Klein's the perfect coach to allow him to do that. And I think that was part of frustration last year too, that where I was just hoping, I wish Coach Kleiman would have just stepped in on the offensive side a little bit more and said, no, we're not going to restrict Avery and try to make him this pocket guy and all these sort of things. I mean, he was focused on the defense, and Kleiman's a guy that respects his colleagues and assistant coaches, and gives them the room to make those decisions and let them do their jobs. And I respect that. But that was a part of the frustration too last year. There was just a lot of frustration just piled on. And then when Kleiman retired and had that press conference, and that was a kind of a reality moment, I think, too, to where we got so caught up in everything, you forget about the person. And
that's a totally separate issue, right? Like, that's a totally, like, on a personal level, it was outrageous.
Yeah.
On a professional level, though, I also think it was outrageous, because I think we have this inclination, and I don't have any problem with high expectations. I think high expectations are important, and I wouldn't want to cover teams that didn't have them. I also think we need to be realistic sometimes. I think we need to understand the circumstances sometimes when we try to evaluate this stuff. K-State is in a position where it's really difficult to be successful in the current climate of college sports, right? Really, really difficult. I think Chris Kleiman was an awesome recruiter. They've had some of the best recruits they've ever had come in, but I think it's challenging to succeed in that. Now it's going to settle out, and we'll get Wyatt in to talk more about some of this off the field stuff, because he was emphatic there, and I want to know more about that as far as like getting some of these rules taken care of. But Chris Kleiman was also having the success at K-State at perhaps a time where it was going to be the most difficult to have the success at K-State. I think we have to understand that when we're setting expectations. That's why I always say, like, boy, I hope Collin Klein can win 8 games a year. If your baseline is 8 games a year, that's a pretty good place to be for K-State, in my opinion. Now, you can't be there every year and never be better than that. But if you can do a nice job avoiding being worse than that, then that's going to be pretty successful. And it should, with rule changes, get easier to have success there at K-State. But they're not the only ones we do this with. KU fans do this with the basketball program, in my opinion, all the time.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like, you have to understand, like, you're so fortunate to have the levels of success that you've had in college basketball, especially considering everything that's changing. KU has had this bad 3-year run by their own standard. But if you honestly evaluate the circumstances at which it's happened, you could be like, okay, well, that was kind of unfortunate, right? They brought back the same players a couple times, didn't work. Last year, Darren Peterson never is fully healthy. And it's like, okay, well, that makes sense, right? There's nothing wrong with KU basketball program. They're still getting top recruits. They're still getting the transfers that they want. Like, nothing's wrong. It hasn't worked. And for K-State, it's kind of the same way at K-State. Like, Avery Johnson hasn't reached that potential yet. Period. And had he been able to reach the level of success that we think he can and hope he can, K-State would have been much better in the Big 12 the last 2 years. There's no doubt about it. So, the Dylan Edwards thing didn't work out, right? You got to look at the process to get there, and results matter too, but I just think we need to be more honest sometimes with expectations. Shocker basketball this year, Brady. Why do we have such high expectations? Because the circumstances around it tell us we should have very high expectations for Shocker basketball this year. We just be careful, K-State fans. Like, be careful with what your expectations are until some of this settles out. Understand the hands that are being dealt to all but a handful of schools in college football, which is the way it's always been. And one of the remarkable things about K-State since Bill Snyder took over is they have found a way to be relevant almost every single year, despite being, compared to their, to the high-end college football programs, way behind in resources and things like that. They'll never change unless we get some legislation, then maybe it will. Rick says, this is funny, Rick, that he had hope for you, Brady, before knowing you're a K-State fan. Now, I should clarify that Brady is like on the air. Anytime you work in this field, like you don't like I don't know. I never know how else to explain it to anybody other than we're literally fans of everybody, like everybody.
Right.
Brady, the K-State grad, I can guarantee you wants KU basketball to be incredible next year. Maybe not in the Sunflower Showdown. I don't know that.
Sure.
But like
yeah.
in general
exactly.
terms, I can promise you that professionally, we don't want to talk about any teams that aren't good. So,
oh, absolutely. Representing the conference and that's the thing. Like when K-State and KU play each other, obviously, yeah, go Cats for sure. But if it's not going to be K-State when we get to national stages, I want the state of Kansas. I want the Big 12 represented and to go far, whether it's KU or anybody else. So I've always felt that way. But, going back to K-State and on the expectation, I do want to push back on expectations just a little bit, Jacob, because what made last year so frustrating was it wasn't just K-State that had the high expectations. I believe K-State was picked 1 or 2 to finish in the Big 12 and had a pretty high ranking. So it wasn't just K-State fans who had big expectations. That's where the frustration went. The rails fell off so epically and so immediately. It was so frustrating.
The frustration was warranted, 100%. Yes. They vastly underperformed last year. The desire to run Chris Kleiman out of town for some of the fan base, that's what was unwarranted.
It was.
Great coaches have bad years. And
Snyder had bad years.
Yeah, he did.
We forget.
And so, like, to have gone from Snyder to Kleiman and had the levels of success that they had, you remember how that went the first time?
I do. I was at K-State when that happened. Yeah, my first couple years of K-State.
You have the thing to compare it to.
Right. Because they got so lucky because Chris Kleiman wasn't like this highly touted guy that we had to fight to get him.
They took a huge shot on him.
Yeah, and it worked out. I mean, it couldn't have worked out better. I mean,
honestly, it could have. Now, that doesn't mean that Collin Klein can't take it to a new level for a lot of reasons. I think he can. It doesn't mean that Collin Klein can't get the best out of Avery Johnson that the old staff wasn't able to. Of course he can.
Yeah.
He's the K-State guy. But, like, if nothing else, that bridge was incredible. And Kleiman did a great job, but Klein's got lofty expectations. Because if 8 wins a year is not good enough, Brady, that is a huge expectation when we are in the Big 12, which we know historically is topsy-turvy. And oh, by the way, in the short-term future, they've got their T. Boone Pickens lined up to make sure they have really good players every year. Right? Cody Campbell's turned them into that now, at least in the short term. How long does that last? I don't know. Does Protect College Sports Act get everybody on the same playing field? If you tell me that K-State gets on the same playing field as everybody, then yeah, I think they're going to be crazy successful. But if they have to continue down this path, then you're going to have to live with some up and down a little bit.
Sure. And it's why it reminded us when we talked to him, without Chris Kleiman, there is no Collin Klein at K-State right now.
100%
He was a big part of that. So, the flowers should continue for Chris Kleiman. And, going back to the resources and all those sort of things, it's kind of ironic, isn't it? Because Snyder built the program doing a lot of innovative things recruiting-wise that nobody else was doing with JUCO transfers and all that sort of stuff. He's kind of a pioneer when it came to that. And I mean, ironically, a lot of how things have turned out kind of start there with JUCO transfers and those sort of things. So it is always interesting how just the landscape's always evolving, and now K-State evolving again.
I'm excited for it. I think they can win the Big 12 for sure. But it's gonna take Collin Klein unlocking Avery Johnson.
Yeah. And a decent defense, like you pointed out to Wyatt too.
I don't know what to expect out of the defense. K-State
needs to be better than last year.
K-State crazies will be able to educate us a little bit on the defense. I always sort of expect them to be okay there, whether it was Snyder or Kleiman. Do we expect that with Klein? I think that's a little presumptive. I think we have to see it. I don't know. Like, you know, I will say the talent level has been high, which always is a good place to start, right? You always got to have good players, and they've been doing a good job of that. They have this offense, though, with Joe Jackson, who did a nice job and has a chance to continue to be a great player for them. Those tight ends, how many NFL offense? We talk about it all the time. How many NFL offenses right now are running tight end heavy sets? It's the new thing to do. K-State's got a chance to do it. Avery Johnson has a chance to kind of be in a pro-style offense a little bit, if that's the way they decide to go. And I think it will be, because that's the strength of this team. Not knowing much about their wide receivers. Boy, they got a bunch of good tight ends, though.
And running backs.
This will be fun. It could be fun. Appreciate Wyatt Thompson hopping in. Go back and listen on the Odyssey app. All right, next hour, we got our next Sports Daily poll coming up. We're going to preview the NFC West and have some more fun for another hour on Sports Daily. Don't go away.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood, written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message, so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
31001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite, or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospitalized from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issued a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
You like it? Thanks, catchy. What are you looking at? Go.
Now, from Wichita's most listened to sports radio, 97.5 and 1240 KFH, this is Sports Daily.
Aloha, Mr. Hahn.
Aloha. What are you people, on dope?
Some say it is possible. Welcome into Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, Brady Bowman here on a Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday. Final hour for you, and we'll be having some fun in this hour. We're going to preview the NFC West, home of the defending Super Bowl champion, home of the Super Bowl favorite for this year. So that'll be fun. We'll do that in just a little bit. We're going to have our second ever Sports Daily poll coming up in just a couple of minutes here as well. Maybe we'll get into the Royals out west in L.A., another tough way to lose last night for the Royals. Have had the Dodgers on the ropes a couple of times here, but can't get it done. So we will get into all of it. We appreciate everybody being here. You can call us, 869-1240. You can email us, sportsdaily@kfhradio.com. You can leave comments on Facebook, YouTube, and X on the streams, or you can leave us voice messages through the Odyssey app. Thanks also for watching on 12 News Connected. Glad to be here with you. Everything we're bringing you this final hour is What's on Tap, brought to you by the Wichita Brewing Company, now featuring Trivia Night tonight and every Wednesday at WBC West, 7 o'clock. Prizes for first, second, and third place at WBC West for trivia. Tonight at 7, WBC Pizza and Beer made here. We come back in. Well, maybe we'll give away a little iced tea later in the day. Glad to be here with you, everybody. Okay, let's do it, Brady. Day 2 of the Sports Daily Poll.
Cue it.
Wow! Joseph of Arimathea! 26 conversions in AD 46! Whoa! A Methuselah rookie card!
Sports Daily Poll.
Love that. Love that. Just a reminder for folks, whoever missed yesterday's poll, it was quite the poll. We got Leonard Williams, some call him Leonard, and Daniel Carlson.
Uh-huh.
So we got a kicker.
An unemployed kicker.
An unemployed kicker.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got today. I think we can do a little bit better today, Jacob.
We'll see. I don't know if we're getting better than that.
Here we go. Haven't seen them. Let's get those gnats in there. All right. All right. We got a rookie card.
Uh-oh.
For the Cardinals, Walter Nolan. You ever heard of him?
Who?
Walter
Who's
Nolan.
Walter Nolan?
Walter Nolan. Let's see.
All right, let's learn about Walter Nolan.
He had 6.5 sacks for Ole Miss in 24.
Walter Nolan.
Walter Nolan. Focus there, camera.
Okay. Hang on. He was a rookie last year, because remember, this is a starter. 2025, you said?
Right.
2025 cards.
Set. Yeah.
So Walter Nolan was a rookie last year, going into his second year. Drafted 16th overall in last year's draft in the first round. Couple of sacks.
That's good.
Not the best rookie year for Walter Nolan. I'm not sure anybody on that Cardinal defense had the best year as they just continuously got cooked last year. But Walter Nolan the third out of Ole Miss is the third pull here on
Always
the
good to get a
Sports
rookie
Daily
card
poll.
Okay. And last but not least, a repeat, actually. I already have this in a previous non-on-air poll that I've done. Micah Parsons.
There it is.
There we go.
Micah Parsons Packer card. Okay, now we're talking here. Micah Parsons, the Packer. So this would have been, again, this was last year, right? Like 2025. Right. Micah Parsons. Okay. So
12 sacks for the Cowboys in 24. 2 forced fumbles.
Year one with the Packers went well. 12 and a half sacks in 14 games. Of course, he got hurt. But Parsons was an impact player. There's no doubt about it. I, as somebody who thought that the Cowboys needed to trade Micah Parsons, had no doubt that Micah Parsons is going to be a great player for the Packers. I had 2 concerns. They weren't winning the Super Bowl with him at the time they traded him. And I didn't think he was going to, at his contract, help them win a Super Bowl. They needed more help. Oh, yeah, and he's got a bit of an injury history, right? He threw it a lot, to his credit. He does play through them. He's nicked up a lot. Double-digit sacks every year he's played. I don't know when he's expected back, but he had a great year in Green Bay, 12 and a half sacks. I mean, who wouldn't take that, right? 12 and a half sacks in 14 games. But now they don't have it. So I think Micah Parsons could be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, for sure. Easily. So this is that pack, Jacob. The 4 cards out of that pack.
He's on a crazy trajectory. So he tore the ACL in December. It's hard to see what Patrick Mahomes is doing and not get optimistic about the potential to come back. He has been placed on the PUP list. He will miss the first 4 games of the season. He has said, I believe, that he, in an optimistic sense, would be able to return week 6 against the Cowboys. I mean, that's an obvious return date, right? Go back and play the Cowboys, seek a little revenge there.
Must-see TV there.
Week 6. So honestly, like, this sucks for the Packers that he got hurt. It's one of the reasons I think the Cowboys were willing to trade him. I think this is there is a chance this works out for both teams for sure. But if it works out for the Packers, he's got to help them make deep playoff run. And he couldn't do that last year because he got hurt. So can he do it now? And remember, he was even a little hobbled last year before he tore his ACL and still got 12 and a half sacks. So don't misunderstand. But if he comes back this year by week 6 and they end up as a playoff team, he's got a chance to do what they brought him in there to do, which is help him win playoff games as a game-wrecking pass rusher. So Micah Parsons, there we go. Our first big-time pull. Now, you've got to educate me, Brady. Is a year 1 of the Packers Micah Parsons card going to be worth anything? You know, in the old days, it had to be a rookie card. Like that was what I got the so-and-so rookie card. Is that still how this works? Do they have to be rookie cards?
Well, now it's more like definitely back in the day, and even we're about the same age. So yeah, that's the way it was. The rookie card, and just like going back to comic book collecting and all that, like key characters in comics, like whatever their first appearance in an issue was, is always going to be the one that's worth the most. It's the same thing with the rookie cards, like the first appearance as an NFL player. But now it's just, there's so many variants. There's like autograph cards. There's like game used memorabilia that's like in a card.
Any cool variants on that Micah Parsons card? I'm guessing not, since it's the second time.
No, this is just a base. Yeah, this is just a base card. Yeah, this isn't gonna. Yeah, you're not gonna take care of your kid's education with the base Micah Parsons first year as a Packer card. No.
Okay.
So we gotta cross our fingers here for Walter Nolan. Come on, Walter.
Nolan, the Walter Nolan rookie card.
Save this pack. Save this poll.
First round pick. Pick. I got to be honest. That draft wasn't that long ago, and I do not remember much about Walter Nolan. He's a first round pick.
Let's see. Says together. Oh, they're talking about how is Campbell Calais Campbell?
Calais
Is he still
Campbell?
with the Cardinals?
Yeah. Is he what?
Is he still with the Cardinals?
He has bounced around. Let me double check that. I am not sure.
The description back here mentions that he's
no,
like
he's with the
paired
Ravens. He's with
Okay.
Calais Campbell's with the Ravens.
Okay. Well, they the card folks here said together when they were on the same team last year. Together, the season stopper and fresh base force will work wonders on the defensive line, devastating passers and ball carriers alike. That's how you sell it right there.
God, how old is Calais Campbell now? 30.
He's been around a while. Wow.
Well, he spent all those years in Arizona to start his career.
Yeah, really good.
And he has been, now you want to talk about, he has had some seasons now. And then bounced around a little bit and has with 4 different teams, but he was back with Arizona last year. Yeah. So interesting. He had an okay year with the Ravens apparently now again, though, at 39. That's wild, man. His career has lasted he was drafted in 2008.
That doesn't seem like it either.
2008. Played through it. Hadn't been hurt much. Yeah. Walter Nolan. I am ashamed of myself. I mean, that's not even I am ashamed of myself for not having the recall on Walter Nolan, a first-round draft pick from a year ago. ESPN apparently, just looking at this, had him as the #1 football recruit in the class of 22.
Oh, really?
How about that?
Huh.
Rivals only had him behind Travis Hunter out of that class. Hang on to that Walter Nolan.
That's true.
You might need to hang on to that Walter Nolan there. That
could
be
sleep
something.
for it.
You could be cooking on something with the Walter Nolan there. Hang on to that one. All right, we'll come back. There's the poll. Let's do the NFC West, speaking of the Arizona Cardinals, when we return on Sports Daily.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now.
83-10-01 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
To get busy.
This is Sports Daily on KFH.
Welcome back in, everybody. Hey, you want to win some free iced tea on us from HTO right now? Get your free cup of tea, good for East Wichita, West Wichita, or Derby. You can get it. More than 25 flavors to choose from. Put in Pineapple Crush, the flavor of the summer. All you got to do is text the keyword tea, TEA, to the short code 20357. You get a free cup of tea on us. Message and data rates apply. Good luck, everybody. Right now at HTO, by the way, a couple of back-to-school things happening for everybody. Every morning until 10 a.m., open to 10, you can get buy one, get one, 50% off all the non-tea drinks, all the refreshers, the coffees, the matchas, the hot teas, the tea lattes, all buy one, get one, 50% off. Or if you are a student or a teacher and you got your student and teacher ID, you can get $1 off of any of those types of drinks. Get back to the routine here with HTO. Appreciate it. All right, Brady, NFC West. The defending champion Seattle Seahawks come out of this division. The heavy odds-on favorite to win the Super Bowl this year come out of this division. The 49ers have played in a few Super Bowls in recent years, reside in this division. And then the lowly Cardinals. 3 teams out of this division won at least 12 games a year ago. The Niners and the Rams won 12 each. The Seahawks won 14. Nobody's picking the Cardinals to finish better than last in this division this year. Jacoby Brissett's there. He actually had a really nice year, put up some good numbers a year ago. So they're going last. Like, anything else need to be said about the Cardinals? I don't know. I mean, Jeremiah Love's going to be a rookie trying to get through. Marvin Harrison Jr. is trying to live up to the potential he has not done yet. And I think the offense actually has a chance to be pretty good. But the defense, probably not. I don't know that they can fix everything right there, right away, as quickly as they can. But, I think they can be better than 3 wins, right? But I'm not picking them over any of these other 3 teams. Come on.
Oh, not at all. I mean, I don't know why. I'm very hopeful about this Walter Nolan cat. I hope he has a good year defensively for the Cardinals. But
Walter Nolan, hey, listen, first round pick, he's got room to get better. Mike LaFleur is the new coach there. They've got a new coach. You never know how that's going to go.
Trey McBride, fantastic tight end.
I love Trey McBride. I love Michael Wilson, the other wide receiver they've got. Marvin Harrison Jr. is highly touted a receiving prospect, as we probably ever have, has not lived up to that hype. They bring in Jeremiah Love. They have a chance to be good on offense. They really do. But because I think as long as Jacoby Brissett's the starter, I don't think Carson Beck's going to be a good NFL player. We'll find out. He looked good in the preseason. He looked good in the Hall of Fame game. But when you look at the rest of this division, 14, 12, and 12 wins, and I was high on the Cardinals last year, I just don't see it. I don't see it. What's best case scenario for them? 6, 7 wins, probably. I think they could make that kind of an improvement. But their defense last year,
not great.
It was only behind like the Cowboys and the Bengals as bad. I mean, I guess the Jets were also worse, but it was bad last year. And that's where it's like, how much better can they get? Maybe your boy Walter Nolan can turn the things around for them.
Hopefully. We believe in you, Walter. You got Sports Daily's total endorsement and support. But Jeremiah Love, I think that's going to be the key, because I was looking at last year's stats, and their leading rusher last season, Jacob, for the Cardinals, Michael Carter, 333 yards total for the year. That was
James
their
Conner got
rusher.
hurt.
Yeah. I mean, it was running back by committee for sure. As a team, they rushed for about almost 1,600 yards and 9 touchdowns as a team. But yeah, Jeremiah Love, I mean, he can be a big factor. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, if you put the Cardinals in any other division with what they have and Jeremiah Love and some of the talent, and if Brissett can be as effective as he was last year, because he had 23 touchdowns and 8 interceptions last year, almost 400 yards, 65% completion percentage.
Jacoby Brissett's a pro.
He wasn't bad.
I like Jacoby Brissett. I hope they find a way to get him some kind of paid, because I think they want to, but I don't think they know what to do long term. I hope he does. These other three, though, are the 49ers, and they have a lot of injuries again that they're dealing with, the substation or whatever it is. Like, all their receivers are hurt right now. They're getting a little older, but if everybody were to be healthy there at some point, that is an offense that would scare you a little bit, right? They're Mike Evans, George Kittle. We know Pearsall's not going to play, but they obviously still have Christian McCaffrey. Like, they've got some dudes now at 49ers camp. So I think they have a chance to be good offense. I don't know, though, with all the questions and all the injuries, I can put them right now up with the Rams and the Seahawks. I don't think that I can.
And they're getting older. I forgot they got Mike Evans. That's pretty big pickup.
He could feast in San Francisco. He could have an unreal year. Love Mike Evans. Love his chances there. Hope he's healthy. Brock Purdy could be a good player. Like, they could be a really good team again this year. I won't be surprised if they're.
It's just that division.
It's just that division. And look, it's going to be fine. I'll tell you this, too, as we go to the other two. I'll put the 49ers third. I don't know where you're putting them.
Yeah. It's so hard. I mean, we know the Cardinals are last, and the Rams. I mean, how can you pick against the Rams winning this division?
Seahawks are defending Super Bowl champions. That's how.
Aaron Darnold, though,
he's not there yet.
Oh, he's going to be there. He's going to be there.
Yeah, I agree.
Trent McDuffie. I mean, they just got better, and they were right there. I mean, was it a tie? Was it a tiebreaker for the division last year?
No, Seattle was 2 games better.
They were 2 games better. I didn't know.
Now, I don't remember, honestly, what happened. And maybe they had cinched it up in week 17 and the Rams didn't play anybody. That sounds familiar. I don't remember. But they at the end of the day, they were 2 games better. I'm going to put the Niners third, and I'm with you. I'm going to put the Rams as the division winner this year. But I will say this: Seattle, who has I don't want to say far and away, but they were the best defense in football last year, and it wasn't particularly close. I have no reason to believe that won't continue. Like they to me are an ascending defense still. They have nailed so many draft picks. They're so deep defensively, and they clearly have one of the better defensive minds in football as their head coach. It really becomes now a question of what are the chances JSN repeats what he had last year? What are the chances Sam Darnold gives you a repeat performance of last year, which is good enough? Remember, they lost Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet's on the shelf. Now, they drafted Jadarian Price in the first round, the other running back out of Notre Dame. So I think they did a good job of addressing the thing. Like, if Seattle's going to do it again, they have to be able to run the ball. And the two guys that have run the ball for them for a long time to start this year are not going to be there. So all eyes on you, Rook. Like, we'll see if he can do it. But otherwise, I don't think they're taking a step back unless they just can't run the ball effectively. Is JSN going to have the exact same kind of year he had a year ago? Probably not. But remember, they made some trades and some moves. Rashid Shaheed was really good. So, like, they've got a little more depth there. That was an underrated move, I thought, bringing Shaheed in. Now he's got a full off season. He's such a weapon in special teams too. So I like Seattle a lot, but I'm with you. How can we ignore what the Rams have got going on? They're going to have to protect Matt Stafford like crazy. Devontae Adams is a year older, but they still have Puka Nacua. They have a good combination in the backfield of Kyron Williams and Blake Corum. Their offensive line is going to have to be good, but it's the defense. And all of those players they brought in to an already pretty good defense a year ago. Myles Garrett joins that group. Trent McDuffie joins that group. Aaron Donald is probably joining that group. You're talking about two Hall of Famers and a guy who's been considered probably a top 5 to 10 corner in this league for the last 5 years.
That type of roster, how do you not put the expectation for the Rams to be like to have an undefeated season?
With
that type of roster.
Look, that's a little crazy. Who's their new defensive coordinator? Their defensive coordinator got hired away, right? So that's one question I would have. It is now Chris Shula. Shula.
Good last
no, he's
name
been the
in
DC.
football.
He's been the DC. Sorry, my apologies. This is his third. He's going into his third year as the Rams defensive coordinator. Their previous defensive coordinator was hired away as a head coach, but Chris Shula has been there a while. Boy, has he been under the radar. And look, they've been okay. They were 10th in scoring defense last year, but he just inherited a Madden roster that's going to have a chance to be. But here's the craziest thing. Like, let's say the Rams defense gets way better, right? Seattle was, it would be roughly, let's see, 54 divided by 17 is what? 3.3, right? The Seahawks were a little better than 3 points a game, better than them last year. The Rams closing that gap. Seattle come back down to earth. I think when we look at this division, and it's hard not to fall in love with the Rams. It really is. I totally get it. How are they going to be against the run? I'm sure that's why they want Aaron Donald back so bad. Like, will the key to beating them be running the football? I can't imagine you want to line up and throw it a ton with Garrett and Donald there and Trent McDuffie locking down one side. So who then, as we look around, would be the teams that they might struggle against? As just in the NFC, the Rams are going to be able to run the ball, most likely. The Seahawks are going to be able to run the ball by the time we get to the end of this thing, unless they completely whiffed on their first round pick. They're going to try. The 49ers will certainly be able to run the ball. Other teams in the NFC, the Packers are going to want to run the ball. The Lions, we know, want to run the ball. The Eagles will be wanting to run the ball. I think the Cowboys, to some degree, will be wanting to run the ball when they need to. If you look around the NFC, like the Rams, it's not like they don't have questions. That's what, like, I see headlines lately of like, are you taking the Rams or the field? I'm like, that's not even a real question, is it? Nobody's taking the Rams against the field, are they? Like, are you that confident in the Rams that you would take them against the field in the NFL?
That kind of leads me to a question I was going to ask you. Last season, Seahawks, Rams, and 49ers all made the playoffs. 3 teams out of the division made the playoffs. How about this, Jacob? Seahawks, Rams, 49ers, or the field?
That's good. Oh, that's a good one. That's a
Yeah.
good one. You mean to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, because I see the NFC West finishing pretty much again, where 3 are going to make the playoffs, where again, you're going to have probably at least 3 teams with at least 11 or 12 wins.
Ah, that's a good one.
Like NFC West or the field, basically.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's a really good one because you get the security of if something happened to one of them, like if one of them loses their quarterback or something, you still have, you basically, you have 3 Super Bowl contenders, right? If we look in the NFC, would you consider the Bears, the Packers, and the Lions all Super Bowl contenders? What if Kyler Murray is back to some version of the old Kyler Murray? Minnesota's really good everywhere else.
Remember, 2 years ago, the Vikings were right there.
Absolutely.
As a Super Bowl contender.
They were a very good. They were a better defense than the Rams a year ago. Okay. I've told you that I think the Cowboys 100% are a Super Bowl contender this year. The Eagles are always a Super Bowl contender. I don't think anybody out of the NFC South is. So that's what you have in the NFC. And then in the AFC, of course, it feels like it's wide open this year. So am I taking those teams or some combination of Eagles? You're giving me either Seahawks, Rams, Niners, or Lions, Vikings, Packers, Bears, Cowboys, Eagles, Patriots, Bills, Ravens, Bengals, Jags, Texans, Broncos, Chargers, Chiefs. I'm still taking the field. I think there's such a chance that one of those would probably 10 to 15 other teams I just named. Like, there are a lot of contenders this year. I think there really are. The Rams they have an aging quarterback. They're one injury away. Like, they're not doing it without Matt Stafford. He's an older quarterback.
Yep.
That's why, that's why you never take that bet in the NFL, because everybody's a quarterback injury away from, their season being derailed. I think there's
to back up.
And then you got to think about, okay, what about in a 1-game scenario? Because that's what it is in the NFL. In a 1-game scenario, how likely? I think about, think about a team like, I don't know, who's not even high probably on these lists. The Texans. Think about a team like the Texans catching you in a 1-game scenario, and they just make your life hell defensively. And they just kind of can get you in one of those kinds of games. You make a couple of mistakes, you give them 10 easy points. And, those are the kinds of things that make those questions really hard for me with a versus the field in the NFL, because anything can happen.
What about just making the Super Bowl, not winning it, but just making the Super Bowl?
So in the NFC, then I would still take the alternative, because there's too many good teams this year. I think in the NFL, there's too many teams, let's say, that have tremendous upside. Now, those 3 versus Cowboys, Eagles, Bears, Packers, Lions, you'd probably, I mean, I've told you, I'm trying to get the Cowboys out of the Super Bowl in my head, because I just keep seeing it and seeing the possibility there with their offense of doing it. But that's a lot of ground to make up defensively. The Rams have the least to do, right? Seattle's got to reestablish a run game without Kenneth Walker or Zach Charbonnet. I don't think that's an easy task. I think that's actually something to watch early in the year. The Rams, they don't really need to show us much. We know Stafford's great. We know Nakua and Adams are great. They got a couple of tight ends they like. They got a couple of running backs they like. And the defense is just loaded with all-stars now. With consistency, I just learned, at defensive coordinator. So, yeah, they're the safest pick. There's no doubt about it that they're the safest pick. But I don't think they've got juicy enough odds to bet them to win the Super Bowl. Not something I'd be interested in. And I just think there's a lot of teams that have a chance to grow and be really good this year.
You're talking about the depth of quarterback and how key Matt Stafford is. I was looking at the depth chart for the Rams after Stafford on the depth chart listed right now, and I just had a second ago, but it's going to be Stetson Bennett is listed as second, then Ty Simpson, the rookie.
Remember where, the
third.
whole Ty Simpson draft controversy.
So going back to the division, the team with the most depth at quarterback, the team that's the most able to get past a starting quarterback getting injured is the 49ers, because what Mac Jones showed last year. Won 5 games for him.
You're not betting Mac Jones to take them to the Super Bowl.
No, but they can deal with the quarterback injury better than anybody in the NFC West.
Yeah, that's probably true. I probably agree with that. It's fascinating. I think we have it the same way. Rams, Seahawks, Niners, Cardinals.
Yep.
With wild range of outcomes in those top 3 teams.
I'll go 49ers second. How about that?
Okay, you'll put them ahead of the Seattle. Oh, big fall down for the Super Bowl champs. Okay, all right. All right, we'll come back. That usually happens to the team that loses the Super Bowl. Just saying. We got more Sports Daily on the other side.
Lightning, hail, tornadoes, flooding. It's the worst of severe weather, and it's coming. Spring brings warmer temperatures, but also dangerous weather conditions. Stay up to date day or night with the Storm Team 12 weather app. You'll get accurate forecasts, so you can plan ahead and stay safe, no matter the weather. Download the Storm Team 12 weather app, brought to you by Stutzman's Greenhouse.
The future of television has arrived. Next Gen TV is here with stunning video, movie theater quality sound, enhanced voice clarity, and interactive features, all upgradable for the future. Learn more at watchnextgentv.com.
Canvas of our imagination. They tell a story. Clouds affect the events of your day. Sometimes they growl, sometimes they inspire, but they're always the messengers of nature's mood written in the sky. Storm Team 12 understands the language of clouds. We're dedicated to decoding their message so you know what to expect. Behind every cloud, there is a story waiting to be told. Trust Ross Jansen and Storm Team 12, alerting you first to the impact on your life.
We are following a breaking update.
Every day, all day, stream the stories that have you talking near and far.
Whoever is behind the wheel of this bus is not stopping.
From hundreds of local reporters and meteorologists spanning the country.
Chaos here this morning at the UW campus.
Search LNL for the all-new Local News Live streaming app.
Odyssey is one of the most influential audio and entertainment brands in the nation. You already know Odyssey's iconic local radio brands in Wichita. But did you know Odyssey has the country's best collection of music, news, and sports brands? Odyssey is also a premium podcast creator, major event producer, and digital innovator. Odyssey brings people together across the country and right here in Wichita. Odyssey also delivers meaningful radio and digital audio results. Find out our story and impact at odysseyinc.com/Wichita.
Make yourself known now. 831001 in traffic pursuit.
Oh my God, here.
Investigate TV Plus begins with real people.
We investigate stories that impact you.
And inspire change every day.
Something is broken.
Real problems.
Why are they hiding it?
And real solutions.
My daughter was dying in front of me.
What was your reaction when he said that?
Investigate TV Plus, weekdays at 3:30 p.m. on KWCH.
Sometimes people tell us, I don't get it, it's just tea. But let me tell you, we are so much more than just tea. With 20 plus flavors of sweet and unsweet iced tea, the possibilities are endless. Come on in and try them all for free to find your favorite or get us on the go for your busy lifestyle. And don't miss happy hour every day. So the next time someone tells you it's just tea, tell them to come by and find out why we say, drink tea, be happy.
Jim Rome here, lighting up your afternoons on The Jim Rome Show. Catch me starting at 2 on Wichita's #1 sports radio, Kansas Fan Headquarters, 97.5 and 1240 KFH.
Mornings are busy. We're here to make your mornings better. We report the stories that affect you.
3 more hospital lies from contaminated apple juice just a day after the FDA issue a recall.
We're here to make your mornings better.
Closing east and westbound lanes of K96 for repairs.
With 12 News, you're prepared for your whole day.
Scattered thunderstorms across the state into the afternoon.
Stay a step ahead with 12 News this morning on KWCH and KSCW.
Daily on KFH.
All right, welcome back in, everybody, here to Sports Daily. Jacob Albrock, Brady Bowman with you. Got final segment coming your way. Here we go. All right. You ready for it? You ready for it, Brady?
Let's do it.
The Royals lost out west yesterday.
What?
I know. It's devastating. It's devastating information. We'll get to that in just a second. Emeka Ibuka just hurt, Brady. I have now today seen a crazy video of Ibuka with a one-handed unbelievable catch, followed by Mike Garafolo tweeting that he limped off with trainers examined on the sideline table for a while. He has not returned.
That's pretty big.
I hate this time of year so much for that reason. Fantasy football players, don't have your draft. Don't have your draft for a while because it's just every single.
Oh, can you imagine? Who does that? Who has a fantasy draft before that?
Sometimes you have to, man. Sometimes you got to get them done early. When you get into a bunch of them, people have busy lives. Like you got to get, I get it. I get it. You got to do it.
I wouldn't be in that league. I'd be like, nope, take me out of the league. We're not doing it that early. We got to do it like a week before the actual season starts. That's when you do it, if you can, ideally.
Yeah. Man. We have Kevin Saul going to join us tomorrow, I believe, Brady. Have played a lot of phone tag, a lot of difficulty connecting with Kevin Saul over the summer. But he's going to join us tomorrow at 8:15, and then we're reworking, since we've changed the show format, a new bi-weekly time to talk Shocker Athletics from a bird's eye view. We got to catch up on a lot of things with Kevin Saul and get some insight into what's happening with all the court cases and how do you approach that? What are they being told? What have they learned? There's a lot to catch up on. There's a lot to catch up on, and we'll do that tomorrow, Kevin Saul. All right, Brady, I've avoided it as long as we can. Royals blew another one late last night, 5-4. Had a nice comeback. Scored 3 runs in the 8th. Took the lead. Steven Cruz couldn't hold it, and then they get to extra innings. And I'm done with the extra innings thing. Except Lucas Ursig, I don't want to make excuses. He had 2 walks and gave up a hit in the inning. Dodgers win. Royals lose. Michael Walker was pretty good. Jack Caglione, 2 for 4 again, just continues to produce. Bobby Witt Jr., 2 for 5. Jack Caglione, 2 for 4. Pretty hard not to get excited about those 2 guys. I get it. Man, I have long said there is nothing in baseball maybe in all of pro sports, more frustrating than a bad bullpen. And the Royals are just getting annihilated right now by a bad bullpen. It's crazy how bad the bullpen has been for them. And it just keeps on. It just keeps on giving, you know?
I mean, everything you just said a little bit ago, when you're kind of going over just kind of the highlight stat lines of that game, it's like, stop me if you've heard this before. I mean, this has been all wash, rinse, repeat.
Pretty good start. Your star players, your young players are producing, and you lose because the bullpen can't hold the lead. And this one was in comeback fashion against the Dodgers. They probably ought to be up trying to sweep a series in LA against the Dodgers. These are the reasons maybe they're hanging on to these starters. I don't think it was bullpen mismanagement or anything last night. I just don't think they have anybody. I don't know what they're supposed to do, and I've given Q my fair share of criticism this year, deservedly so, I think. But I don't know what he's supposed to do right now with the bullpen.
At
like
this
what,
point,
what could he have done differently last night? You know,
the only thing to do was to do something at the trade deadline, and they didn't. So
well, they weren't going to add bullpen pieces when you're whatever their record is. But yeah,
right.
it's brutal. Tonight we get the second start of Daniel Lynch, which is very obviously a reason to watch. That might be the most interesting storyline down the stretch. Now, it's pretty hard not to be interested in Jack Caglione every night at the moment, Bobby Witt Jr. and the young stars. Like that at least gives you something. But as far as things that could truly impact the outcome of next year, Daniel Lynch, if he could ever find it as a starter, that'd be great. If not, you got to put him back in the bullpen. Derek said, Ursig doing Ursig things. Can we shorten the games up to 6 innings? They might win the pennant. That is true right now. I was joking with somebody in the office. I don't know if it was you, Brady, or TJ, or who it was, but like, how many games will the Royals win against the Dodgers? And then I'm like, you know what? I wonder what you could get in like the first 6 inning bets or the first 5 inning bets, because I'd be interested in taking the Royals in some of those. Now, they wouldn't have gotten that last night because they had to come back in the 8th. But man, I just like, it is excruciating. We're going to learn a lot about the character of some of these guys if they can stay motivated, stay interested, keep the morale high, because we're looking at like by the time the dust settles on this and we get to the end of this season, how many losses are the Royals going to have?
Ooh, that's a good question. Let's see, where are we at right now?
405
right
baseball
now.
right now. Okay, which I believe translates to, let me see if I can get this right, 64 wins, which would be 64 or right under 65 wins. 65 and 97, I believe, is about where they're trending right now. Can the Royals avoid 100 losses, Brady?
That's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Oh, that's not where you want to be, Jacob. That's, and the other thing, like Monday morning, I think we were predicting for fun, like if the Royals are going to get any of these games in LA, which one would it be? Well, it's up to Lynch.
Not last night.
Yeah. Last night looked good, but yeah, now it's up to Lynch to try and get one.
Oh boy.
Well, you don't want to be talking about let's not get 100 losses.
That's where we're at. Do you want to talk about a disappointment now? Like from where the expectations were to where we are? And really for me, it's been the last 2 years. I go back to last year before Reagans got hurt. With that pitching staff, before the offense forgot how to hit for most of the season last year. Like, I legitimately thought we were looking at a World Series contender. This year, I was not as foolish, I think, as to say that. Maybe I was. I certainly know that I didn't feel it as much as I did in 24, but I still thought this ought to be a playoff team. And, like, to go from those kinds of expectations to where they finished is brutal.
Since 2004 to 2006, 104 losses, 106 losses, then 100 losses. And since then, there's only been 3 other times since 2007 where they've had more than 100. 104 in 2018, 103 in 2019, and 2023, 106. So
the fact that you're even trying to frame that as only 3 other times. Teams don't lose 100 games that often. That's kind of hard to do.
That's a
little.
They're doing
tricky.
it.
And they're right under the pace. They would have to play worse than they're playing. But again, they're not even they're not even playing that poorly. They just have nothing in the bullpen. Nothing. Like, you look up and down the lineup, they're playing pretty good. They've been getting pretty good starts out of the rotation lately. But it is just so bad in the bullpen, you don't feel like they have a chance. And I don't know what they can change there. There's not really anything they can do. What are they supposed to do? Whew. Boy, oh boy. They better
check on that.
They better spend some money in the bullpen. If you're sticking to your guns and bringing back Waka and Lugo, and you've got the kind of young lineup they've got, you had better be willing to spend some money on that bullpen this offseason.
And Sherman is signaling that. There was a story earlier this week where he did say it's like, they're looking to spend some money this offseason.
That's good. I love that. And if they do that, I'm going to listen. We can criticize what's on the field, but it's a lot better to be trying and failing than not trying and failing. I will say that in baseball specifically. I think it's a little different than the other sports. Because without the salary cap and with the spending, discrepancies, again, I'll give a lot of credit if you're still trying to spend some money and win, even when you're not, maybe the best. And I hope that they do. They'll play tonight, another late one. They stay out in LA after this, so there no issues, with the late game tonight. Daniel Lynch will be on the mound. And we'll see if he could get it done. They should be going for a sweep of the Dodgers in L.A., Brady. If that doesn't sum up the Royals season.
Amen.
I mean, they've played well enough where they should be going for a sweep in L.A., and instead they're trying to figure out a way how to avoid a sweep. That's been the way it's been all stinking year for the Kansas City Royals.
From the get-go.
Been a fun show today. Are you excited to preview the AFC West?
Oh, can't wait.
I'm telling you.
Open too.
The AFC West. Yeah, we got a new pack of cards ready for tomorrow's 2-card pull. We're off to quite the start. We got a Micah Parsons today. AFC West, man. I don't know. Right as of this second, and we've kind of been building up to this for these, for the last, it'll be at 8 days tomorrow, doing these divisional previews. Man, I don't know who I'm going to pick right now in the AFC West. I really don't. You're getting good reports out of Denver on Bo Nix and his recovery. Like, he's looking good, apparently. The Chargers have all those injuries that plagued them a year ago, and they have injuries that plague them every year, but they're all kind of back. That offensive line's kind of back. And it's
a lot like the NFC West, where it's like you're comfortable with who you think's going to finish last. In this case, probably the Raiders again. But the other 3, I mean, who knows? It could be any of them.
It could be any of them. And the Raiders have got it. They've made some interesting coaching changes, and we'll see what happens at quarterback. I think they'll be better at quarterback than they were a year ago. Genty, can he get, really the question for the Raiders is, can they get any better on the offensive line? If you get better than they were, you fix that problem, and we could be looking at an entirely different team this year. I'm going to pick them last, but I don't know how bad they're going to be.
I think they could be better than 3 wins.
Oh, absolutely they could be. Yes, 100% they could be. If Kirk Cousins ends up winning that job and is back to like full health or whatever, or if Mendoza is just a wonderkind, which I'm not totally sold on Mendoza as a prospect as far as like the number 1 overall pick pedigree, but man, I would hate to bet against him. I don't know that anybody's ever loved football more than he loves football.
he's a chip on the shoulder type of guy. And those guys are always
yeah,
dangerous.
a little bit, even though he'd never say it. I get that same sense. But these other three teams, the Chiefs, the Chargers, the Broncos, I mean, you look at the ceilings of all three and you can see Super Bowl. But I don't know how to order them. I really don't. Like, I had a hard time buying into the Broncos. Famously on this show, we had a lot of fun with that last year. I'm in on the Broncos this year, man. I think their defense is going to get better. They added Jalen Waddle. I think it looks like Nix is healthy. The Chargers, I love Harbaugh. Their offensive line looks healthy. Everything's in place for them. I don't know how it's probably going to become a question of these defenses. And then where do you put the Chiefs? If you think Patrick Mahomes doesn't get hurt, then they get right back to the top of the mountain. I don't know how I'm going to order them. I really don't. Look into it tonight. I got to look at a little bit of what the Chargers and the Broncos did in free agency defensively, probably. Maybe help me make that decision. But we'll do it tomorrow. We're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. Kevin Saul will join us. A lot to catch up with him as well. Don't miss us on Thursday. Happy Hawaiian Shirt Wednesday, everybody. Hope you're celebrating out there. Stay cool.
If you blink